So for today's class, as usual, you're gonna need blocks and some blanket, couch pillow. And you know that I don't usually suggest a strap simply because I think this as a prop that you should provide more expectation rather than support. But you're welcome to use something like a strap or something similar like a belt or an old t-shirt, because we are going to do some like hand to the big toes. If that's something that you're rather to use a strap with, feel free to take some time to get something like that to be nearby. But if you don't, no big deal. You're not missing out much. All right, welcome. And let's begin. So first of all, let's lie down onto our back. If you do decide to use a strap through the practice tonight, bring the strap to nearby so you don't have to come back up to look for it. Just let the shoulders relax, let the collarbone spread it out. Rest the hands, the arms, the legs. Just feel the sensation coming from your back with each inhale. And exhale, let everything out. Long, big inhale. And exhale, let everything out. And continue like that. For pranayama today, we're gonna practice some of the same fluctuation. So we're gonna add a little bit counting to both inhale and exhale, so they can match with each other's length. And we'll start with count of 4 and gradually add to 6 or 8 or 10 if that's your capacity. And I'll guide you through a couple more rounds before I send you on your own. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Continue like that. Because we kind of jumped into pranayama, so your breathing might still feels a little bit erratic to you. So be patient with the counting for now, even though you do have a capacity to go to 6 or 8. But use a count of 4 to guide your breath to calm a little bit for now, before we pursue something deeper. And once you find a good pace with your Samavritti, you can gradually increase into 6. Or 8. perhaps even 10. Whichever number that you decided to land on, notice if there's any kind of performance rush of counting that sneaked in just to match one breath to the other. So a lot of us can be inhale longer than our exhale, or the other way around. And to achieve a sound of a higher numbers, sometimes we tend to either add a little bit padding to the counting or shrink a little bit the other way. So notice if your inhale and exhale are in a place that genuinely matching with each other lengthwise. So you stay true to your capacity instead of putting on a performance. If you're in a higher number, you can start slowly decrease the count back to 4 until eventually you come into your natural breath. And once you return to your natural breath, hug your knees into the chest. And add some rock side to side or back and forth. And when you're ready, step the feet down by the sit bones. And bring the blocks nearby and slowly lift your pelvis up towards the sky into Sadhu Bandha Sarvangasana, bridge pose. So your arms can be by the side. You can also cactus the arms if you're looking for a shoulder, a chest opening. If this kind of active back bend is too early for you, you can slide a block medium height or 2 blocks the lowest height stacked on top of each other under your sacrum to get some support. Evaluate what your body needs right now and stay truthful to that need through this practice. If your sacrum is resting on a block, slightly lift it up and slide the blocks to the side, and slowly we all roll our back to the ground. And hug the left knee into the chest. Roll around the left ankle. Option 2, keep your right knee bent. Option 2, extend your right leg long. And we're going to step into hamstring stretch. So this is where you can find the strap if you have one by your side. If you have a strap, wrap the strap around the ball of your left foot and hold both sides of the strap with your left hand and kick the left foot up towards the sky. If you do not have a strap, interlace your hands behind your left thigh and straighten your left leg. If you have a strap, leave your strap in your left hand and your right hand, bring it to the top of your left thigh and gently press that thigh away from you while using your left hand. Pull the whole left leg closer to your chest. So there's opposite energy going on in your left leg. Left hand pull it closer to you, and right hand push the left thigh further away from you. Flex the left foot, press the left heel up. Then switch your right hand to grab the strap. Extend the left hand out. Take a long inhale, pressing to the left heel. And exhale, start slowly. Release the left leg to the right side and keep your left shoulder this whole time on the ground. If that means your left leg is not going to come as close to the ground as you wish it to be, so if you do not have a strap, feel free to bend your left knee in this case. If you're very flexible, you can also grab the left big toes with your right peace fingers. If your left leg is hovering, you can slide a block underneath your left thigh. Take a long inhale, send it all the way to left fingertips. Stay connected to your core. And exhale, start slowly. Extend your left leg back up. Release the strap if you have it. And step your feet close to sit bone again. Arms by the side. You can also bend your arms and fingertips pointing toward the sky. Inhale, lift the tailbones up. The mid back, upper back, into bridge. And exhale, roll it down slowly. Inhale, lift it back up. And exhale, roll it down. You can clench a block inside of your thigh bones to remind your pelvis to be even. Option to come up onto the balls of the feet to give a bigger range. One more time like that. Press firmly into the block if you have one. And exhale, slowly release everything down to the ground. Remove the block if there's one. And hug the right knee into the chest. Roll around the right ankle. An option to extend your right leg long. And from here, it's the same as the other side. If you decide to use a strap, you can bring the strap around the ball of the right foot. If you do not use a strap, you can interlace your hands, switch the interlace, and bring them behind the right thigh. And kick the right leg up towards the sky. Flex the right foot, right heel up, and the right toes towards your face. If you have a strap, hold the both end of the strap with your right hand, and your left hand gently place it on top of your right thigh and press it away from you. And use the bend of your right arm to pull the right leg close to you. And if you have the strap, switch the hand. If you do not have the strap, you can use your left hand, grab the right knee or grab the right big toe. Extend your right arm out. Pin your right shoulder into the ground and start slowly release your right leg to the left side. Pay attention to the right shoulder. And only bring the right leg down to a level where your right shoulder is still on the ground. Gaze over the right shoulder all the way to the right fingertips to the floor. Stay connected to the center in this twist. And keep your right foot flexed. One last big inhale. Next, start slowly release him. You bring your right leg back to the center and release the strap to the side. Step both feet close to you. You can choose to stay on the bottom of the feet. You can also come up onto the balls of the feet and lift your tailbones up. Inhale. And raise your right hand to your left upper corner. So you're kind of in a twist. You're rolling onto the left side of your back and your left shoulder. And exhale, release back to the ground. Inhale, lift it back up. And this time, reach your left hand to the right upper corner of the mat. Roll up onto your right shoulder. And exhale, release it down. We'll flow like that. Inhale, lift up. Right hand tap to the left side. Exhale, release down. Inhale, left hand tap to the right. Exhale, release down. Twice more on each side. And last time, hug the knees into the chest. And roll onto one side. You can also rock back and forth. We'll all meet in table pose. After you arrive in table, take your time to spread a blanket across the mat, especially if you have a thin mat. And move through some cow and cat or other movements that you like to introduce into your practice after day's work. And add some side stretch as well. You can rock back and forth between high plank and downward facing dog. This moment is kind of an appetizer for you to get used to create your own space in your practice instead of always following my cues. And once you're back to neutral, inhale, left arm up. Next, thread your left arm underneath your right armpit. Inhale, raise left arm back up. Next, left arm down. Last time. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, release your left shoulder all the way down to the ground. This time, release your left side of your cheek onto the ground. And walk your right hand to the front to create a stable foundation. Notice if your hips are collapsing to the right side. Bring them back to center. An option to extend your right leg long. Press firmly into the right heel. Just slowly walk the right hand closer to your face. Left arm up. Release your left hand down. Tuck your back toes and lift your tailbones up. Come into our first downward facing dog. Make sure you spin your biceps toward the front to make space between your neck and your shoulders. And press firmly through the palms, and sending the energy all the way to the tailbone. Keep a lot of bend in your legs first. You can do some bend through one leg and another. You can walk forward into a high plank. And once you find enough flexibility in the back of your legs, then you can start slowly release the heels towards the ground. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Next, draw the left knee into the right elbow. Inhale, kick it back up. Exhale, draw the left knee to the right elbow. Last time, kick it straight. Exhale, left knee to the right elbow. Bring the left elbow. Bring back to center and step your left foot in between the hands and land the right knee down. Right hand down, left hand up, twisting to the left side. Option to stay here. Option to climb your right elbow on top of your left thigh. Twist your right hand, blanket with your left hand. And use the resistance between the hands to help you to open the shoulders and revolve your chest up toward the sky. Keep hugging the thigh bones into each other. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, revolve through the spine. And release both hands onto the ground or onto the blocks if you have them nearby. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhale, spin your left hip back. Straighten the left leg. Pull the left toes towards you. Half split. Inhale, bend back into left leg. Exhale, left hip back. Inhale, forward. Then exhale, last time, stay in this half split and bring the blocks slightly closer to you by the side of your left leg. So option to stay here, option to bring the right hand onto the block inside of the left leg, and your left hand bring it onto the small bag, and then start slowly. Roll your chest to the left side. Keep maintaining your pelvis facing forward. Option 2, raise up your left arm. And option 2, move your right hand from inside of the left leg to outside of your left leg. With a block waiting to support you there if you need to. Stay connected to the center. Release your left hand down. Bend into your left leg. Hands on the blocks. Lift your right knee up. So we're gonna do the top of the right foot stretch. Press the back of the right knee up toward the sky. Engage the right quads, the right glutes. Press into the palms. Keep the shoulders open, keep the chest open. And exhale, release your right knee gently down. Tuck your right toe and step your right foot forward. Inhale, hands on the blocks or on the shin, lengthen through the spine. Ardha Uttanasana, exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale one more time like that, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, fold over the legs, and rise all the way up. Exhale, hand through heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus arms, find some mini back bend in the standing. Inhale, arms up. And fold over the legs, step left and right. If you need to, release your knees down onto the ground. And exhale, bend to the elbows. Stay true to the pace of the exhale and all the way release down to the ground. Cactus your arms out and bring your hands to where your elbows were. Point your elbows toward the sky. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, tap the right knee down. Gaze to the left elbow. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, tap the left knee down, left elbow down. Up. Right shoulder down. And left shoulder. One more time on each side. And exhale all the way, release down to the ground. Hands by the chest. And press yourself into a child pose. Catch your breath in this child pose. Make it truly rested for you. Then when you're ready, come into table. Inhale, raise up the right arm. And exhale, thread the right arm underneath your left. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale, right arm underneath your left. Notice if your hips are swinging with the movement. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right arm down. And release the right side of your feet on the ground. And walk your left hand to the front. Extend your left arm long. Hug your left hip, outer hip in, so your hips stay in the center. An option to extend your left leg long, press the left heel towards the back. Whenever you're ready, walk your left hand slowly back to the face and right hand up. And right hand down, tuck your back toes, and roll into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Remind yourself to make that space between the neck and the shoulders. You can move to the bend through one leg, another again, or rock forward into a high plank. If your body needs it, you need it. We're not performing this for anybody. When you're ready to flow again, extend the right leg up. Exhale, tap the left elbow with the right knee. Inhale, kick the back up. Exhale, right knee to the left elbow. Last time. Into the right elbow. Then lightly step right foot down. Release your left knee down. Left hand inside the right foot and right hand up. Open the chest, open the arm. Option to stay here. Option to climb your left elbow on top of your right thigh. Fist your left hand. Blanket with your right hand. And twisting to the right side. Tuck the thigh bones into the midline. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. Next, revolve your chest open. With both hands down onto the ground or onto the block. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhale, straighten the right leg, pull the right toes towards you, hug the thigh bones towards each other. Half split. Inhale, bend back into the right. Exhale, straighten the right. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Last time like that. Slow but steady. And this time, when you arrived in a half split, bring the blocks by the side of the right ankle. Rest your left hand onto the block inside first. And bring the right hand onto your small back. Pull the right toes towards you. And exhale, start slowly twist your chest to the right side. An option to raise up the right arm. This side can be dramatically different from the other side, so be patient. So you may move your hand to outside and last side. Do your evaluation again. And if that's accessible, you can move your left hand to outside of your right leg. And release your hands down. Bend back into the right leg. Hands on the blocks. And lift your left knee up. Stay on top of your left foot. Feel this two opposite direction of energy going, one going out of you from the crown of the head, one going out through the left foot into the ground. Keep hugging both thigh bones towards the midline. And exhale, slowly release the left knee down, tuck your left toe, and step your left foot forward, fold over the legs. Right hand down, straighten your left, extend your left arm up, twist to the left side. And exhale, left hand down, straighten your right arm up, twist to the right. And release your right hand down. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Now exhale, fold over the legs. Raise all the way up. And exhale, enter heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Step right and left. Back into a plank. And release all the way down to the belly. Open your arms to the T this time. And roll yourself onto the right side of your body. So you can bend your left elbow, point your left elbow towards the sky to get some stability. You can also step your left foot behind you. Bring some intense right chest opening into our practice. Stay connected to your center. Next, I'll release back to the center or to the other side. Extend your left arm long and roll up onto your left side. Right elbow up toward the sky. Option 2, step your right foot behind you. Not the fanciest posture, but it puts you in an uncomfortable and unfamiliar shape, but testing your ability to stay close to the center. And roll back to the center. Hands by the chest. Move to table or high plank, and we all meet in downward facing dog. If you do not need a blanket anymore, you can move it to the side of the mat. And from downward facing dog, step by step, a big hop to the front. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Sit the hips low. Bring the arms by the ears, Uttanasana chair pose. And bring a block in between the thigh bones again to mind your knees to hugging into the center. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Bring all the way up and through heart center. And by the side, Tadasana. We'll move to some Surya Namaskar B. So I know we haven't practiced for a long time, so I'll guide you through 2 rounds before I send you to go for 1 more round on your own. Inhale, sit into a chair. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen to the side. Now exhale, step left and right into a high plank. Knees up or down, take a long inhale. Now exhale, bend through the elbows. You can release all the way down to the ground and move into Bhujangasana. You can also halfway on the inhale. Straighten the arms into upward facing dog. And exhale, we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Step your left foot to the left thumb. Spin down your right heel. Bend into the left leg. Arms by the ears. Rise all the way up into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Turn your pelvis toward the front, your chest forward. And exhale, hands down. Step your left foot back. Bend to the elbows. Move into baby cobra or upward facing dog on the inhale. And exhale, we all roll into downward facing dog. Step your right foot to the right thumb. Spin down your left heel. Keep your right knee bent. Raise up the arms by the ears and come all the way up into Warrior 1. The hands down. Step your right foot back. Bend to the elbows. Inhale. Back bend of your choice. You can also come into a camel or cow on your hands. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're actually going to pause here for 3 to 5 rounds of breath. If this does not work for you, you can come down into a child or table as well. From the bottom of the next exhale, step by step, a hop forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold the legs. Inhale, sit into chair. And exhale, rise all the way up into heart center. Inhale, sit into chair. We'll move a little bit faster, half breath each posture. Exhale, fold the legs. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, step by step, a hop back directly into a chaturanga. And inhale. Upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step left foot to the left thumb. Spin down your right heel, bend into left knee. Rise up into Warrior 1. Exhale, hands down. Step your left foot back. Bend to the elbows. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the right foot to the right thumb. Bring the left heel down. Bend into the right knee. Arms up. Exhale, hands down. Step your right foot back. Bend to the elbows. Inhale, back bend of your choice. And exhale, tailbones up. Adho Mukha Svanasana, 3 to 5 rounds of breath here. This is a great place to go beyond just the physical posture practice. To make sure you're in a posture that allows you to make space for that. Especially for many of us, downward facing dog might be an exhausting posture. And the bottom of the next exhale, step by step, a hop forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold the legs. Sit into Uttanasana, chair pose. Exhale, come all the way up. And hand through heart center. Flow one more round on your own, and we'll all meet in Tadasana at the front of the mat. And I'll stay quiet through this one round so you can have your own space to discover your own truthfulness. If you're still flowing, take your time. If you arrive at the front of the mat, bring your hands to the heart or by the side into a purposeful Tadasana. You can even get more space to connect to your center. To see how close you are staying to your truthfulness. And all this twisting, standing that we're doing today, just a metaphor as all the scenarios in our life when it comes to truthfulness. It's hard. Sometimes we feel tempted to conform to the social pressure, all the misinformation, many layers in our life that prevents us from stay close to our truthfulness. And it's likely that it's not going to be just a one-day practice. And if you arrive at the front of the mat, there's a couple options here. You can bring the strap close to you if you need it. So I'll show the first option, standing strong. Both options will require standing strong on the right leg. And bend your left knee into the chest. And then interlace your hands underneath your left knee and kick the left leg straight. And second option is bring the left knee up and grab the left big toe with the peace fingers and kick the left leg straight. Last offer is if you have a strap, wrap the strap around the ball of your left foot. and kick the left leg straight. Hug the right outer hip in. So we are all standing on our right leg and left leg bent or straight. Depends on the space behind your left leg. And from there, you can move your right hand to grab your left big toe or the straps, and left hand onto your small back and turn your chest to the left side. An option to extend your left arm toward the back. Slowly come back to center. And release your left foot down. You can shimmy your hips side to side. Release some tension from the right outer hip. And once you're ready, set up the blocks the tallest way and standing in a high table. Press your palms onto the blocks and kick the left leg back and up. So roll your left hip back down so your hips are still on the same level, even though that means you might have to bring your left leg down a little bit. Lengthen your spine toward the front and press the left foot toward the back. Then lightly step your left foot back. Hands on the blocks, runner's lunge. Bend into the right leg, toward the chest forward. And exhale, straighten the right leg. Pull right toes towards you. And release the left heel toward the ground. A variation of pyramid pose. Inhale, bend into the right leg. And exhale, straighten the right. Inhale. And exhale, variation of pyramid pose. And release your right foot down. And walk yourself with the blocks to your left side. Parallel your feet and fold over the legs. Since you have the blocks, you can stack the blocks on top of each other and rest your forehead on the block. It's nice, isn't it? Have something supporting you upside down. And inhale, lengthen to the spine. And exhale, fold over and walk yourself to the back of the mat with the block. First of all, release your right knee down. And do a small stretch of the top of the right foot. Lift your right knee up. Hands on the blocks. And if you like a challenge, you can also bring the hands on top of your left thigh. You can even raise up the arms into a different high lunge on the top of the right foot instead of the ball of your right foot. And release your right knee down. And we stretch the other side, the bottom of the right foot. Step your right foot slightly in. Make sure the space between your feet, so they're wide from each other, not just the lengthwise, but also widthwise. We're in a pyramid pose stance. Keep the micro bend in this left knee, then fold over the legs. Option to stay there. Option to bring the blocks to be both sides of the left foot. Right hand on the block that's inside first. Left hand on your small back and roll your chest to the left side. An option to extend your left arm up. An option to bring the right hand to the block outside of the left foot and to a revolve triangle pose. You are in a deep twist, but still very connected to your center, to your truthfulness. Release your left hand down. And release your right knee down for a brief rest before we move into next posture. Inhale, chest forward, low lunge. And exhale, straighten the left leg, half split. And inhale, bend into your left knee again. Tuck your back toes. And walk your blocks the highest height away again and walk them far away from you. And lift your right leg up into a supported warrior 3. This is where you can stay. You can also bring the left hand on your small back and bring your right hand onto the block to the left side and turn your chest to the left side. An option to raise up your left arm, revolve half moon. Release your left hand down, right foot down, and sit into Malasana Yoga Squat. Release the tension from the back of the legs. You're also welcome to come into a high squat or fold over the legs if that helps more with releasing the tension. Knowing that all of our bodies are being built differently, so what works for me might not work for you. We'll all meet in Tadasana at the back of the mat. Find the strap if you need it. So first option but we all stand strong on our left leg. And first option is bring the right knee close to the chest and interlace your hands on the right knee, and then kick the right leg straight. The other option is grab the right big toe with the right fingertips and kick the right leg straight. And last option is with a strap. Hold this both ends of strap with the right hand. Tuck the left outer hip in and kick the right leg straight. If your hands are underneath your right knee, you can bend the right knee in and hold your right knee with the left hand. If you have a strap, transition the strap into the left hand. If your right piece finger is holding the right big toe, transition it to the left piece fingers. And right hand on your small back and turn your chest to the right side. An option to extend your right arm out. Then step your right foot down. Shimmy your hips side to side. The blocks, hopefully they're still the tallest way. Coming into a high table. And take the right leg back. Roll the right hip down a little bit so it's not opening up to the half moon. Press the right heel to the wall behind you and lengthen to the spine. Imagine there's a wall in front of you, pressing the crown of the head on it. Then land your right foot back. And bend into the left knee into runner's lunge. Take a big inhale. And exhale, straighten the left leg. Pull the left toes towards you, variation of pyramid. Inhale, runner's lunge. And exhale, straighten the left leg. Flex the left foot. Last time like that. And walk the blocks to the right side of you. Parallel the feet and fold over the legs. Option to stack the blocks underneath your forehead. When you're ready to transition out, inhale, lengthen to the spine. Exhale, walk the blocks to the front. Release the back knee down. And lift and untuck your left toes and lift your left knee back up. So you stay on top of the left foot. Hands on the blocks. You can also bring the hands on top of the right thigh. You can also raise up the arms by the ears. Release the left knee down. And step your left foot slightly in. Make sure the space in between the 2 feet. Straighten the right leg. So keep some micro bend behind the right knee and fold over the right knee. Pyramid pose. Option to stay in this pyramid pose. If you'd like to add some twist, bring the blocks to be both sides of the right foot. Left hand on top of the block inside of the right foot. Right hand on your small back and then slowly revolve through the spine. Turn your chest to the right side. An option to raise up the right arm if you like to. An option to bring the left hand onto the block outside of the right foot. Revolve triangle. Release the right hand down. Bend your right knee and release your left knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Next, exhale, half split, straighten the right leg. Inhale, bend into the right leg again. Lift your back knee up. Walk the block to tallest height and to the front. And lift your left leg up into a warrior 3. Roll your left hip down. Step the left foot onto the wall behind you. Lengthen through the spine all the way to the crown of the head. Bring the right hand on top of the small bag and turn your chest to the right side. Bring the left foot hand onto the block to the right side as well. An option to raise up the right arm, revolve half moon. Release the hands down, release left foot down. Sit into a Malasana yoga squat. So we did a lot of twisting that requires the hugging in of the outer hip. So we're gonna do some stretch of the outer hips before we come into Shavasana. So come sit onto the, if you have a blanket, fold the blanket and sit on top of it. If you have a couch pillow, you can sit on top of it. And first of all, draw the bottom of the feet together. And bring the heels close to pelvis. Hold the toes with the hands. Next, fold over the feet and use the elbows to press the knees open. And just let all the efforts from those challenging flows sink in. We've done more than enough, so make sure you also give yourself some rest, some postures that has more of an inequality. It is often time actually in this kind of shape that requires you to sit longer and quieter. That might be more challenging for you to stay close to your truthfulness because all the thoughts of the business is going to rise up. So continue to focus on the breath. And start slowly, come back up. And cross the legs with the right shin at the front. And find the blocks. I'm gonna use it for the last little bit. You can stay in this Sukhasana, simple cross leg. And also bring the right foot on top of your left knee. And parallel your right shin bone with your left into a firelock, which is also called double pigeon. If your right knee, there's a lot of space between your right knee and your left foot or the ground, you can bring a block under your right knee to give a little bit of support. And if this outer hip stretch does not work for you, you can come into a half pigeon or a figure four on your back. And either way, if you're in firelock or Sukhasana, simple cross leg, walk your hands toward the front and fold over. And start slowly walk yourself back up. Step your feet down. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. This is actually quite intense outer hip stretch, so take this moment to reintroduce some mobility in the hip joints. When you're ready for the other side, cross the leg with the left shin to the front and stay in this Sukhasana, simple cross leg. And also bring the left foot on top of the right knee and stack the left shin on top of your right. As the other side, you can bring a block underneath your left knee for some support. And you can, if you're in half pigeon, make sure you switch side. If you're in figure 4, make sure you bring the left ankle on top of the right knee. And if you're in Sukhasana or double pigeon, walk the hands away from you and fold your chest toward the legs. Slowly walk yourself back up. Extend your legs long, shake the back of the legs against the ground. And also do more windshield wiper side to side. And if you like to close the practice with a reverse table, and eventually we'll all meet on our back. Back to where we started. Sink the back to the ground. The back of the arms, the calves. And let the feet naturally drift open. And let the eyelids getting heavy. Perhaps eventually eyes closed if that's okay for you. Take a big inhale. And exhale through the mouth. Shavasana. You're welcome to stay where you are if you like to. But if you're ready to come out of your Shavasana, and start wiggling your toes, your fingertips, cluster your eyes. Gently move your head side to side. And roll onto the side of your choice. And carefully sit yourself all the way up. And if it resonates gesture for you, gather hands in front of the heart. Take one last big long breath together. And exhale everything out. And bow the head toward the heart. When you're ready, slowly blink open the eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me tonight, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.